we will get started. All right, guys, we are recording. I want to welcome everyone to our supposed to be Sunday evening training update call, but you guys know the Avengers was out this weekend, so I had a scheduled appointment to watch that with my son. So that's why I couldn't have it last night. So we're having it tonight. I'm not going to say anything about it for those of you who are still waiting to watch it. What I want to do is, guys, I have a list of things that we're going to go over. We won't be on very long, but I am going to give you an update on some things. We're going to talk about some of the strategies, because I know what we're going to start aiming toward, guys, is less. I'm not trying to recruit. You guys are already on the team. We're not trying to recruit or sell you anything. I just really want to make sure that what you've purchased, you're getting some value out of it, and you're actually seeing some benefits of it. Because again, I don't want anyone to pay for anything that they don't see benefit from. And so two of the things that I'm going to show you guys are a couple of strategies that I'm currently using. I'm going to explain to you how I'm using them and how they've been for me. And hopefully then we'll open it up for some Q&A, because I want you guys to not just be on the call, because if you don't understand and then you get off the call, you're still not going to understand. The whole job is the whole aim is to help you understand why you're doing what you're doing. Now, again, anything that we do, nothing is perfect, nothing is guaranteed. Trading is trading, market is the market, and it will change on you anytime it wants to. But what we try to provide is a clear, simple way. Let me do this for a second, guys. Hold on for a second. Let me mute everyone out. All right, everyone is muted. What we try to do is give you a simple or simpler way to achieve positive pips in your trading experience. You know, my whole theme is we trade what we see. We don't trade what we think. We have a 3-question rule, but that's actually been altered a little bit, and I'll explain to you guys a couple of things that I have been doing to change that theory just a little bit. The concept is still 3 questions, but a particular strategy that we're doing won't require all 3 questions to be answered. So make sure you have some notepad and pen and all that good stuff, and we're going to jump in that. Actually, we're going to jump in that in the beginning. So we're going to go through the strategies first, and then I'm going to go through a little house cleaning and questions and updates and a couple announcements, and then we will end our call. Of course, answer any questions that you guys may have, and then ultimately end the call. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and set up my screen here for you guys to see, and we will jump in this thing here. All right, can you guys confirm that you can see my screen? Can someone unmute yourselves?
Yep, I can.
All right, cool. All right, guys, this is an account that I was doing. I'm doing a lot of testing on this account and this particular, these strategies that I am using. So I am currently using GU as the pair that I'm looking at. And so what many of you guys should already have, and this is I'm using, of course, all of the thumbs up, thumbs down, all of the settings that you have when you purchased it. But we're using, these are your supply and your demand zones. These are just giving you areas where the market has created a resistance, and these green areas are used as support. So these are support and resistance zones. Remember, we also have these fib levels. These fib levels are actual resistance and support targets. So you have a zone of support and resistance with the boxes, and then you actually have actual support and resistance targets. So remember, our normal strategy is we first look for an exhausted area. What I have been using personally, guys, is only the level 3 semaphores. So how do you do that? You guys simply go to your semaphore, which would be right here. Go to edit. And what I am doing is I am on colors 0, 1, 2, and 3. 0, 1, 2, and 3, I make none. I only want to see when there is a level 3 semaphore. Now that is me personally because I want to trade the heaviest of exhausted areas. Level 2s are good, but I like level 3s. So if you only want to trade the level 3s, just go to colors on your semaphore and just put 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 as, I mean, not 4, 0, 1, 2, and 3 as none. And then, of course, 4 and 5 is your level 3 for the buy. And this is the level 5 is yellow. All right, you click OK, and you will get this. Now, you see the little 3 inside that? That's just another semaphore I use, but you do not have to have that. You can use the little stars, could be just fine. If you want the level 3, so you can see the number 3, I'll post that. It's nothing more than just another version of the semaphore. So what do we look for? I look for exhaustion, which my level 3. Then I look for your thumbs down. All right, thumbs down is right behind here. Then you got your safe zone. That's your standard trading model. 3 questions. Identify your exhaustion. Yes. Do you have your thumbs down? You guys can't see it, but it's right behind there. Did the candle close? Yes. Safe zone, arrow. There it is, that little red arrow. Did it close? Yes. Then, did it change your trigger line? I'm not going to call that that is not a trend line because it does not identify a trend, but it is your trigger line of whether you enter that trade or not. Did it change from a bullish to bearish? Yes. All right, you measured the previous candle. All right, if it's less than 20 pips, I do a market execution. So I take the trade, I'll set my stop loss. Now here's what I have changed on my stop loss, which also changed my lot size. I'm actually doing more of a 35 to 40 pip stop loss, just standard across the board, simply because the market does have its moments where it will literally stop hunt you. If it feels the need and it wants to stop hunt you, it will stop hunt you. I thought 30 pips would be enough. It is not. I've been going 35 more to 40 pip standard, and I've been checking with some of my more experienced traders, and they have a standard 40 pip stop loss. Not that they're looking for it to hit their 40 pip stop loss, but they're doing it just to avoid stop hunts. All right, 30 is not enough for GBP pairs, and GBP USD is the slowest, along with the Swiss franc, GBP Swiss franc. These are the 2 slowest, and they're faster than just about all of these other pairs. So if you're doing a GBP AUD or GBP JPY or CAD or NZD, you definitely need to have a good stop loss. And about 40 pips I've seen when you have a pretty good entry to do that. Of course, what you look for is that's your standard trade. And then what you look for is, I don't have them on here. You look for target areas for your take profits. Typically with a GJ, I look for about 10 to 15 pips. If I can get 20 pips, that would be great because it's a slower moving GBP pair. I'll look for about 10 to 15 pips if I don't have a clear target. But again, you can also put I thought I had it on here, your grids. And to do that, you just go to Insert Indicators, Customs, and what we want to do is put the price grids on there, and that's just those make them all black if you have a gray background, or you make them a different color if you have a black background, so it stands out. and just click OK. So when you do that, now you have your quarter points. And so once you enter the trade, which I enter the trade here, let's just say I enter the trade here, I'm looking for target areas, and my quarter points are things that I'll use as targets, target areas. Here is a whole point here that could be, it's so small, that's like less than a few pips. So I would use quarter points, and I would use support and resistance lines as my take profit targets. Again, I'll use the quarter points from time I enter, and I would use the support and resistance targets as my take profit targets. Do they always do that? No, these are just targets I'm looking for, because in my head, I'm looking for, if the pair is a GU or a different pair, I know I'm looking for a certain amount of pips, but I use these areas, the quarter points and the fib levels, which is your supply and your support, your resistance and your support lines, as potential take profits. So guys, that is your standard 3-question, get your 3 yeses, coming off an exhausted semaphore. What I avoid doing is this. I avoid trading something like this. Thumbs down, safe zone, those 3 yeses. If it's not coming off of this semaphore, I don't know that this is going to make that move. I have a stronger idea that it'll make that move coming off of this, but I don't know if I just saw this that it's going to make this extended move. So I try to avoid trading inside like this here. You guys will see thumbs down, safe zone, this change here, and you say, okay, let's take the trade. Well, that's not giving me any information. First of all, I'm looking more, I'm more of a looking for a bullish move than I am a bearish move. But I'm not coming off any exhausted level 3 semaphore either. So not all setups, even though that's a 3-question setup, that's not a great setup to take that trade, because you're not coming off, or you really want to come off exhausted areas. So you want, if the market is exhausted, you want it to exhaust in the direction that you're trying to take. All right. Now, never trade these semaphores by themselves, because they will extend. This can form a higher high, and this will jump. It will continue to jump. So you really want to wait for your, after you get your exhaustion, you want to wait for your 3 conditions. Even then, after you get your 3 conditions, there are possibilities that the market will do an extend. There's nothing you really can do about it, but I will definitely take majority of my trades coming off of the level 3 semaphores based off of the exhaustion. So that's why I only use the level 3s. If you have level 2s on here, you'll see a lot more semaphores that will make you, let me just show you guys real quick. I'm gonna put the level 2s back on here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So when I put the level 2s on there, that's where you would have taken this trade, but these are potential full reversals. These are mid reversal semaphores, meaning that that movement may not be as strong, especially like, say for instance, let me give you an example. You have your level 3 bullish, showing that the buyers at this moment, they want to be buyers. The buyers are looking to take control, coming off a level 3 exhaustion. You got all your indication, thumbs up, everything. This is one of your buyers. And then it comes to a mid reversal. No level 3, but it is a mid reversal. It's almost like these work like as I don't want to call them Elliott waves, but they do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the movements that it makes. Once, so I don't want to get into that, but I want to say I have stopped trading off of the level twos simply because I want to trade the full movement off of the level threes. Now, am I saying that you have to stop doing that? No. What I'm saying is I have avoided a lot of trades that have gotten me in situations that I end up losing. So the only time that I trade a level two is when it is followed, if it's in conjunction with the level three. Let me say it again. If I have a level three semaphore, here's a good example right here. And I have a sell, a bearish level two semaphore here. I'm going to avoid this level two because the real movement or direction is truly a bullish. This is a mid reversal. It's making a pullback reversal. Then you got another level two bullish, which this could be a continuation trade off of this versus this because of the overall level three is here and there's not a level three that has formed yet to say that the sellers are in charge. Let me stop right there. Unmute yourself if what I just said don't make any sense to you. And don't draw on my board, please. All right, no one unmuted. So play this back again. So play it back again. All I'm stating is your level three semaphores are the reversals that the market is trying to do. These boxes without the little flower inside of it are your mid reversals. So only trade the level twos that go in that's in conjunction with the level three. So that's bullish, that's bullish. So don't take this trade. Take this trade if it gives you the condition. Here is a level three bearish, but it also, this was some type of news, so that's why you got an immediate level three bullish. You got a bearish, you got a push bullish going up. You have a mid here. The true direction now is bullish, so you avoid this trade here. All right. Of course, you could take this trade, but this is going into a different day, but it's still following this bullish move here until you get a level three that will change that. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky because you may see a level three and it may keep on extending. Those are trades where you have to just kind of make a decision on how long you're going to stay in that trade, because I'm sure this level three was somewhere over here and then it extended here, then it extended here, and then it extended here. But you never fully had a selling opportunity off of that level three. But I'm going to keep it simple for you guys. Use your level threes, answer your three questions, and that will be your standard way of using the strategy with the thumbs up and answering those three questions. Are there any questions on this strategy? If not, I'm gonna go to the next one.
Stan.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah, so would you put a 40 pip stop loss typically on these level threes, because you're never 100% sure if you've reached a true exhaustion, right?
Right. Now, I'm always at this point going forward going to have a standard 40 pip stop loss just for me, because I have been getting stop hunted a lot more than what I want to. And I use 30 pips as just something, you know, when I came up with a 30-30-30, I just came up with that based on the fact of the market getting pretty good entries. But what I didn't account for are stop hunts. And when the market wants to stop hunt you, it's going to stop hunt you. But what you need to do when you do a bigger stop loss, you need to have a much better risk management of your entry, meaning that your lot size should not be extended so high to where 40 pips will totally destroy your account. That means that you're over leveraged. So 40 pips is more of a standard stop loss when you're trading the GBPs, just because they move so much. And you got to give it room for stop hunts, or even sometimes some extended semaphores to extend. So let's just say here, let's say you entered here. Let's just say a semaphore was here, gave you the 3 questions you got here. Well, if you had a 40 pip stop loss, even that move here, that's about almost 30 pips. Up to this one here would have been about 30, but you still would have been within, would not got stopped out before the true move after the extension. So it gives you room for the extension to still stay in that trade. And so by the time you get out of that trade, you still end up catching about 10 pips, depending on what your target was. But it kind of helps you sometimes avoid it. It's very hard to jump back in a trade once you got stopped out.
Got it.
Messes with your confidence, it messes with your psyche, it messes with everything. But if you have room to withstand it, because you still made the right trade, it just got extended, or some stop hunts are being affected, you can sometimes weather that storm.
Okay, thanks, Tim.
All right. Any other questions? All right, guys, that is the standard way of trading thumbs up, thumbs down with the 3 questions. So if you're brand new, it's going to be very important that you watch that video, this video, which is being recorded, over and over again so that you can understand it. Now, I'm going to go to the next strategy that I have been using. It causes me to get in less trades, but those trades are much better trades overall. I'll say it again. The next strategy I'm going to show you is it allows me to get in less trades, but the trades that I do get in are better overall. And that is using this white, purple, and white line. These are called the TP borders, or we can call this the channel, the take profit channels. I use these as take profit targets, as well as I use these as how I will enter a trade. Okay, what I look for first is I'm looking for my exhausted semaphores. Those are always the first thing I look for, exhausted semaphores. And after I look for the exhausted semaphore, the next thing I look for is my white channels. Is price outside of the channel? And if so, that is a second sign of exhaustion, because price normally likes to trade inside of this channel. As you guys can see, price trading inside of this channel. So when it goes outside of the channel, that is a sign of exhaustion. And when I got my level 3 outside of this channel, big sign of exhaustion, because price wants to go back inside the channel, and sometimes it goes and tests the top part of this channel line, as you guys can see. So with this example, when I saw this trade here, I saw level 3. I'm like, oh, it's outside of the channel. That's really good. Another extra confirmation. Now I'm looking for my conditions to enter. Now, here's where it gets a little different. All right. These fib levels are more powerful than I even imagined, because they also give you indications when the market has exhausted. Anytime you have a trade, or if price is outside anywhere, I would say anywhere between support 2 and 3, closer to 3, and if it's outside of 3, it's like a home run. Let me just tell y'all that. If you see price and it is between support 2 and 3, closer to 3, but if it's outside of 3, look for a big move back the opposite direction. So if it's support 2 and 3, look for the buy. If it's resistance 2 and 3, closer to 3 or outside of 3, look for a hard sell. All right. So it will also typically 9 out of 10 times be outside of the channel. So that will be a visual way for you to know that there is a potential strong sell or buy about to form. And what you're looking for is not 3 yeses, but just 1. I'll say that again. When you have price outside of your channel and it's between 2 and 3, closer to 3, but really if it's past 3, that's the best thing you can get. You don't need 3 yeses to enter that trade. You only need 1. And most of the times you're going to get the thumbs up or the thumbs down. When that candle closes, you can look to take that trade. It will possibly give you some pullback, but because you have good stop loss, you should not have any problem. Especially if you take any trade that's closer to support 2 and 3 or outside of 3, it is not going to go 40 pips past. Well, let me rephrase. I won't say not. Most times it will not go that much further than that support 3. All right, it's not going. I have not seen it go 40 pips past support 3. It typically support 3 is like so exhausted that price is looking back to correct itself and get back inside that channel. So you don't need all 3 yeses to enter that trade. You just need 1. Thumbs up for support 2, 3, closer to 3. Thumbs down for the resistance. Guys, do you get a lot of those trades? No. But if you're looking at multiple pairs, you will get enough opportunities to catch those trades. All right. Here's a trade that I took yesterday, and I apologize. I forgot to give the signal out last night. So I apologize. This was the signal that I was going to give. Now, here's the thing about these support, supply, and demand lines. They are set each day. So now we are in a new day. So this was not here. Matter of fact, support, this line was closer to support resistance 3 yesterday, but of course you can see now it's closer to resistance 1. Each day, these resistance and support areas and targets, they change. They post themselves for the day. So this is going to be it for the rest of the day. This is your resistance 1, 2, and 3, support 1, 2, and 3. If price gets up here somewhere throughout the day, if you wake up from the London session or New York and you see price somewhere up in here, just rest assured that a sale is on its way. Don't look to take a buy, look to take a sale. And the same thing if it's down in this area. Look to take a buy, not a sale. So it was between 2 and 3, closer to 3. I saw the thumbs down. When this candle closed, I did not wait for the trigger line to change. I did not wait for the thumbs down, even though it gave it to me on this. I took the trade here. And here's the big question. Okay, where am I going? I look for 2 target areas, and I use the channel lines as my take profit area. If I enter the trade, my take profit 1 will be the purple line. My take profit 2 will be the white line. Those are the targets because I know price likes to trade inside of the channel. So if I go from here to the purple line, from where I enter, I just go straight down. Right on that line, the purple line is 12 pips. I always back up 3 pips from the actual target that I'm going, just because sometimes the wick itself will just hit it. And you have your ask and your bid lines have the spread may not cause you for you to take yourself out of the trade. So if you've ever been in a trade, you say, well, man, it hit the take profit, but I'm still in the trade. That's because your ask and your bid line, you see that little gap? Is I think it's your back line is the line that is actually looking to take out of that trade. And if just the yellow line hits the take profit, then you'll still be in that trade. So always go 3 pips from wherever it is. So when I enter the trade, I don't go in an angle for take profits. I go straight down from where I entered. That was like about 12 pips. Let's just say 11 pips. If I was doing take profit 1, I'll back up 3. And my take profit for the first take profit would be 8 pips. Even if I enter it 1 time, that's my first take profit. If I wanted to stay in that trade, this white line would be my second take profit, which would be straight down 33 pips. I would back it up 3, and I'm 30 pips. So if I just slide it to the, you can see that I would have hit my take profit based on right here. Would have pulled back and all of that, and I'm pretty sure we would have got out of this trade well before hitting the take profit. But if you would have setting it and walking away from it, you still would have hit your take profit. All right. So let me say it again. The second strategy that I use is not, you won't get a lot of opportunities to get in the trade, but when you do, it will give you a lot higher winning percentage, in my opinion, when you are able to take the trade that's between resistance 2 and 3, closer to 3. I would love to see it past 3. If not, set your stop loss always 40 pips, because it typically, unless you are in a strong trend that's trending that direction, it sometimes can do it, but it's not often. I'm gonna just say it's not often. So once you enter the trade, use 1 condition to enter. Thumbs down would typically be your first option, or thumbs up for the buy. Use your channel lines as your take profit. So let's just say, for instance, let's say price shot up way up here. Price was way up here. And it went past your level, your resistance 3. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys the trade that was. Here's an example right here. So price went completely outside of the channel. And let's say your resistance 3 was way up here. Let's say this line right here, which is the resistance 3. So now you have your thumbs down, candle close, and your first take profit is go straight down from where you entered, would be your purple line, 23 pips, back up 3, 20 pips. As you can see, if you go to the side, you would have hit that. Your second take profit would have been straight down, would have been 42 pips, back up 3, 39, goes to the left, you would have hit that as well. Now, I'm a take profit 1 person. Let me say it again. I am a take profit 1 person. I've had several people ask me, are we gonna go to take profit 2? That's up to you. But I know that a high percentage of the time, when the market is exhausted at level 3 or past it, it is going to hit this purple line more times than it hit this white line. So I am a take profit 1 kind of person. That doesn't matter what pair it is. You can use GA, and it's still going to be the same. I forgot, there was some news. I forgot about the NZD news, y'all, which was not a good trade. I wouldn't have traded it anyway, simply because it's inside this channel. It's on support 1. It's off the pivot. I don't know what direction this thing can go. This thing can shoot down hard for a sale or shoot up, because it's not exhausted anywhere. It's right in the middle. So here's another thing. When you see price right here inside, right here on resistance 1, the pivot and support 1, I just kind of go to old school trading, but I'm not 100% sure of the full direction. So I'll use the level 3 exhaustions to help me out in that decision. But the whole channel thing is not in play. The channel I only use when they're outside of the band between support resistance 2 and 3. closer to 3. If it's outside of 3, is the best. But if it's in here like this, the channel is not a good strategy because you don't know what direction it is trying to go. It can shoot down like this and you go, oh, it's a sale. Then the very next candle will shoot all the way back up. So now you're in that yo-yo back and forth on what is, and they gave you the condition, thumbs down, safe zone, thumbs up, safe zone, channel. It gave you everything. But you're inside this channel, so it's not clear. Let me pause right there because I know this will probably present more questions than the first one. Let me open it up for any questions on the channel.
Stan, how do you get the channel?
All right, it is the TP border.
The TP border.
It's the TP border. Once we're done, I will post it up. If you're in the community room, the Telegram room, I will post it up again, but it is the TP border and it looks like this. It'll say TFU TP border. And when you go to it, all you're changing is the colors. Do not do anything on the input. Leave the input alone. Go to colors. I make my 0 purple and 1 and 2 is white and all my width is 3. That's it. And it'll post up just like you see it right here. And you can use these as a great way to trade. Now, when it's outside, let me say it again. When your semaphores are outside and price is outside the channel, the first thing you want to look for is where is it at on the support or where is it at on the resistance? If it's outside the channel and it's just on support 1, it's probably going to push down some more. So I'm not a fan of it when it's on support 1. Can you trade it? You can trade whatever you want to trade. I'm not a fan of it because I want to trade the most exhausted area. So I will wait or I will look for another pair that will possibly give me that exhaustion. Okay. Any other questions? Guys, I'm gonna tell you this. When you use this, like I have it set up right here, you have your support, your supply, and your demand zones. Red means there's been verified resistance. Green is proven or verified support, and it's coming outside the channels. You will be in less trades, but man, you'll know for a fact. So say for instance, a signal come out, and you'll say, wow, I got this signal for this trade. What I would do is I would check and make sure it follows one of the strategies. Okay, is it coming off an exhausted level 3? If it's just a standard 3 yes questions, all right? Or is if it's one, is it outside the channel band, and is it closer to between support 2 and 3 or resistance 2 and 3, closer to 3, showing some exhaustion for a sale or some exhaustion for a buy, and then take the signal. But don't just take a signal just because a signal came out. That is not showing that you're learning how to trade. Signals are just something, they are trade ideas. They are not guarantees. I want you guys to be able to take those trade ideas and say, hey, nah, I'm not gonna take that one. That one don't look good for you. And it may not be a good trade at all, but it was just an idea at the time that it was put out there. Any questions, guys? You cannot call me after this meeting and say, hey, I have a question. I will not answer you. So unmute yourself if you have a question.
How do you apply the supply and demand indicator?
All right, good question. It is part of the package that you have. If not, let me know. We'll post it up in the Telegram room. You will simply go to insert. Anytime you're doing it, you always go to insert, indicators, custom, and then it is called your supply and demand. I don't know how to say that name, so I'm gonna say look for supply and demand. that box right here, and you don't do anything. Just open it up and click OK. It's already preset how it's supposed to be set, and just click OK. And your boxes will show up red. And if you see it over here in the corner, it will tell you what's going on with that zone. If it's verified resistance, that means that price has tested this area several times trying to break it to the bullish direction, and it was not able to. So it changes colors. It'll be weak, then it'll be untested, then it'll be verified, then it'll be proven. By the time it's proven, that means price kind of is probably a major move has to happen for it to break through a proven support or a proven resistance area. And that's also a good idea of showing you where the direction that the market is trying to go. It tests one area, then it'll retest one, and it'll come back and test some other areas, and then it'll come back again. It always does back and forth retest. But if you want to keep it simple, the current way I'm trading right now is price outside the channel at resistance, between resistance 2 and 3. When I say between, I want it like closer to 3. 2, I'm looking at it, but I'm expecting it to push up more. I want it to be outside the band clearly. I want it to be up here outside this band like this, up outside it. I want it to be no questions. I want to be outside that band. So if I saw that, first thing I'm looking for is level 3. Look how far it is outside that band. That's exhaustion. I'm now checking I'm now going to the fib. I want to make sure that thing is really up there at resistance 3, really close. Then that would have been my entry right there. Thumbs down. That candle would have closed. I'm entering the very next candle because I feel like, I don't know for sure, that I don't think it's going to go 40 pips. Now, do I know that? No. But you can wait for a pullback, and you still can do this thing, guys. If you measure this, if it's more than 20 pips, do the same thing. Wait for the pullback and take the trade on the pullback. If the candle that gives you your thumbs down or your thumbs up, if that candle from wick to wick is greater, or if it's 20 pips or greater, the next trade, wait for the pullback. You're going to take the trade, but take the trade at a better entry. You don't have to take it as an immediate market execution. Let it pull back and then take the trade. Because most of the time it's going to pull back when it's 20 pips or more. It's going to do a pullback. Once you see the wick, then you can take the trade. If not, you can do market execution. I don't believe that it will go more than 40, but I'm not saying that guaranteed. So as soon as I enter that trade, the first thing I'm looking at is I go straight down, and here's my take profit. My take profit says 60 pips from that entry. Man, that's a really, really good feeling right there. So I'll back it up about 3 pips. I'll go from, 60 to like 57 pips or whatever. And as you can see, it took a while, but I'm in this trade to this purple line. So from me entering, these are 30-minute candles. So I entered on this candle, 1, 2, that's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6. I mean, it took a while before the price pushed down and gave you your trade. So even by then, by the time you got here, you're at 17 pips, 19, 20. Trust me, guys, you'll have that pip number in your head. But like I said, I try to go to the purple line, especially when it's exhausted way out here. It may take a while, but it's coming to this purple line.
Dan, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what if that take profit doesn't show up until you cross over to a Sydney market? Do you stay over? Do you stay over a day?
I try not to. I'm not a new day trader. I trade within that day. So if the take profit for me has not been hit, I'm taking the profit and I'm calling it a day. I don't like paying swap fees and all that stuff. I'm not saying
I've never done that, but is that a certain number of pips, or is it a percentage, or what?
It varies. It's a commission and a swap fee. So you're
Okay.
gonna pay to go from
Okay.
one day to the next. So that's a whole nother training, but I do not trade from one session to the other one.
Okay, thanks.
I'll just take the profit and call it. Any other questions? I'm just showing you guys, if we just backtrack, you see how far this came outside this channel? This, to me, I am looking, wow, this is golden for me. I just go to the fib and I know this is probably 2 to 3, closer to 3, probably even past 3. All I'm waiting for is one of my 3 conditions. Thumbs up, yeah, that's less than 20 pips. I'm taking market execution. So on my enter, I go straight up. That's my target, 64. So I'm gonna go for about 59, 60 pips. Again, there's your trade. You don't get a lot, but when you get them, they are profitable. Okay? This one here would have been a tough trade right here, because unless you took this trade right here, now this did form, I'll say this. This trade I probably would have taken, because this semaphore was here. Semaphore was on this wick. If it was outside the channel, you check the fibs, it probably was between 2 and 3. Pushed down, I would have took the trade here. It pulled back no more than 20 pips. 40 pips is my stop loss, and there's your take profit, and it went straight to it. But it formed before the drop happened. This price went higher than this candle here, and it formed a higher high, which means that the semaphore jumped from here to there. That's why I say don't trade these semaphores, because they will extend if price forms a higher position than the previous one. Any questions, guys? If not, I'm gonna stop, because I'm gonna go through the rest of this. I just want to focus on the training real quick, because that's the main piece of why we're getting together. Is I want you guys to be self-sufficient in taking these trades. This is NZD, but it will happen. You can do this on any pair. It doesn't matter the pair. This strategy here is a high successful with any pair. It can be US 30, German 30, cryptocurrency. It doesn't matter. It all matters on your spreads and all that stuff that you're doing. So last time, is there any questions on this topic? All right, guys, let me do this. Let me stop sharing this here real quick. Come back to my main screen. And I just want to go through a couple of other, house cleaning things. Guys, remember, and I'm very grateful that you guys are part of the community, that you are learning, striving, and, growing your account. I saw some great comments of guys just doing some phenomenal job of just using this system. It's not perfect, but it can and will help you be successful in winning trades, right? The better you get in your discipline of looking for the right trades, then your success ratio of winning those trades will increase. But each month, everyone has a monthly subscription, all right? A lot of you guys pay through PayPal, and some of you pay through Cash App, some of you pay through Zelle. However you pay is not the issue. But when your subscription goes through, it is your responsibility to send an email to tfumovement@gmail.com with your broker number, letting us know that you need a new license key. The license key is not automatically generated for you when your subscription is paid for. It is something that you have to send an email for, so that we can send you a new key. And you need to do that each and every month, as long as you want to stay active. The subscription may come out, but you may go 2-3 days and play out. I need a new key. Well, we don't know that because we know that the subscription went through, but we don't keep track of everyone's broker number, because your broker number could have changed the next month. So that's why we don't keep track of it. So you need to send us an email. We will make sure we confirm that the subscription went through, and we will quickly get you out your license key. So that's on the license key, is to make sure that every month, each and every person sends an email requesting a new key. Are there any questions on that? That one is pretty simple, straight to the point. All right, guys, letting you know the current price for the service for thumbs up, thumbs down. We were running a special. That special has ended. It was a $75 special. We were coming off of a very disappointing MLM company that we were using that just shut their doors. And so what we did was, instead of trying to charge everyone full price, we did a $75 special. A lot of you guys took advantage of it. Congratulations, but the $75 special does not exist anymore. So don't send an email saying, hey, how do I get the $75? It's not there anymore. If a person coming forward, or let's say you were on the AI program and now your subscription is coming to an end and you didn't take advantage of the $75, it will be $99.95 a month. That will give you access to everything that we're talking about, all the stuff that comes with thumbs up, thumbs down. It's a month-to-month basis. If you know, whenever you are no longer happy with thumbs up, thumbs down, and you want to move on because you found something better, hey, I wish you well. You just simply cancel and you move on. So there is no contractual stuff there, but it's $99 a month if you want to be on a month-to-month basis. But right now, there are many of you that are still able to take advantage of the lifetime subscription, which will allow you to get the service for a lifetime. It's a lifetime subscription. So that is at $4.99. So you can simply do the math. If you like what you have here, you start looking at it, hey man, if I go 5 months, I still got another 7 months to pay $100, or I can get a lifetime subscription. You do the math. I don't want this to be like no sales pitch. Not selling that on you guys, but that special is still there for those who want to take advantage of it. If you do, simply send me a private message through Telegram that you want to get that, and then I will send you the information to get that. So that's on how to get the subscription for the current monthly as well as the lifetime. Now, I have a little bit of sad news to share with everyone. As effective immediately, starting like now, it already kind of started, I will no longer be able to do the live trading sessions. I know, boo, I know. 2 reasons. One is because of how we're doing the new strategy that I'm doing. Just getting up at the opening of the London session, the market may not even be ready for us. And what we found ourselves doing is just kind of watching paint dry for over an hour, and then we get nothing. And then 2, it's kind of been a little taxing on me physically. So for just, being a little bit more wisdom, I'm going to no longer do the live trading session. But what I will do is I will create more training sessions if we need to add them throughout the week, or definitely make sure we do our Sundays update call / training. But there will no longer be any live trading sessions. We're going to try to focus more on sending out the signals. You guys need to do your homework when you get the signals. You do not have to take these signals. These are not automatic guaranteed signals to take. So please do not be dependent on the signals. I want you guys to become the signals for yourself. I gave you 2 really cool strategies, one for beginners with the 3 yeses, then those who want to use the channels for more higher moves, less trades to get in, but when you get those trades, they will give you really good moves. So that's the sad note. I will no longer be doing the live trading sessions. We will, like I said, we'll be doing the signals and get those out. And we will be doing the Sunday update training calls. for whatever reason, I'm not able to do a training update call on Sunday, I will look to do that training call on Monday, kind of like what we're doing right now. So you'll know in advance if we're going to have that training call on Sunday. If not, I look to do it the following day. Last couple things, guys, and I'll open up for questions, is if you paid with Cash App or if you paid with Zelle, those are two pay options that are not on auto subscription, okay? So what will end up happening is you're totally fine to continue to pay with Cash App or with Zelle, but what will happen is, of course, your subscription key will expire if you're on the month-to-month, and you will need to contact me or contact, TFU through the same email address, TFU Movement. Let us know that you just made your payment again through Cash App. You need to provide your license or your broker number, and of course they will verify the payment and send you out a key. So there are a number of you who took advantage of the Cash App. It will not automatically do. If you just did it for 1 month and you want to test it out, hey, congratulations. I hope you found something you like and you want to continue to use it. If not, we totally understand. But I know a lot of them by May the 8th, I think that was the last one I've seen. So I know between now and May the 8th, there'll be a number of you that will need license keys if you pay through Cash App. So you just need to make sure you send me an information so that we can get that license key out to you, because it's not automatic far as the subscription is concerned. That's a manual way of paying your subscription. So guys, with that being said, let me open it up again. We're right at 1 hour. I try to keep this about an hour. Open it up for any questions. Please unmute yourself if you have any questions.
Dan?
Yes.
Do you have a larger stop loss for the new strategy than for the older
No, I
strategy?
try to keep it at 40, but like again, my direction of the trades that I try to take are higher, closer to the resistance 3. Try to avoid the resistance 1s or support 1s and 2s. Look for them to be more the resistance 2 and 3, closer to 3. That will give you that room that you need. Now, again, depending on the pair that you're trading with, doesn't always happen that way. So let me just say that there's not a system or strategy that will avoid losing the trade. You're going to lose them. It's just part of trading. Proper risk management is a big thing, but if you did, 10, you're probably going to win more out of 10 than you will losing. So I'm right now, Tim, I have a 40 pip stop loss.
Thanks.
Any other questions? All right, guys, I thank y'all for jumping on.
Excuse me, this is Wanda.
Hey, Wanda.
Hi, I'm sorry. Hi, I have one question about the harmonic scanner. That's one thing that I just couldn't install. So I'm just trying to figure out, should I put it in the indicators? Or...
Yeah, it is a simple indicator, and it should be called a total, not total. Is it called? What is it called? Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll tell you here.
Mm-hmm.
It is probably, I think it's called Trade Profit Harmonics, which is the indicator. Trade Profit Harmonic. And it is a simple indicator that you add. And once you add it, it's gonna do everything.
So it'll set up after that.
Yeah, setup is already automatic. You don't have to do any modifications to it.
Okay, thank you.
It's called Trade Profit Harmonic.
Hey, Stan, I got a question.
What's up, Robert?
I got a new laptop, and I tried to find the thumbs up, thumb down. I'm trying to put everything on there and load it all up, but I couldn't find the thumbs up, thumb down to download in the
Send me an email.
Telegram.
Yeah, send me an email to TFU Movement, and I'll send that indicator to you.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? All right, guys. Thank you for jumping on. Our next training call will be next Sunday. Continue to post your results up in the results room. We love to hear results, and any trade tips that you have found that would be helpful for the team will be also welcome and helpful. Again, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you guys for jumping on, and this call is officially over. Thank you guys again. Take care.